A big beautiful day here on the Chesapeake Bay, and my clients this month are celebrating two big beautiful bills when it comes to estate planning that was passed on both the federal and state of Maryland levels. This year, the 2017 Trump tax cuts were set to expire, and upon expiration of those tax cuts, the lifetime estate tax exemption was going to be cut in roughly half, from about $14 million to around $7 million. For those unsure of what an estate tax exemption is, this is the total value of your estate that it can hold in assets before it starts getting taxed. And so if the tax cuts expired on the federal level, any estate valued over $7 million would receive up to a 40% tax. But because the federal bill has now extended those Trump tax cuts, you can have an estate valued up to $15 million without seeing any tax at all. Now on the state side, the proposed Maryland budget was also setting to cut the estate tax exemption roughly half as well, from $5 million to about $2.3 million. So again, narrowly missing by the stroke of a pen, states valued over $2.3 million in the state of Maryland all of a sudden would be owing up to 10% tax on that estate. But the final Maryland state budget that actually passed the House is going to do away with this drop, both bills saving many wealthy Marylanders millions of dollars in taxes. Now if these bills had passed, then our clients would have had to reassess their current estate plans, which included life insurance, often owned by an irrevocable trust that's set in place to allow the estate to pay those taxes. So those specially designed life insurance plans that we put in place for those clients all of a sudden wouldn't even come close to satisfying the projected estate tax due. Now I can already hear the gripes in the comments, who cares about the wealthy, they have enough. Which is ironic to me because it's us common folk that yearn to be wealthy more than anyone, but I digress. Well, don't worry, that same bill here in Maryland just created two additional higher income tax brackets and projects more lower and middle income taxpayers see a bigger refund. And on the federal side, that big beautiful bill will now include no tax on tips and overtime. Now the business owner in me actually has a love-hate relationship with these tax cuts and raises. Cutting the estate tax directly and negatively affects one of our main lines of business, which is helping people implement life insurance and irrevocable trust to pay that tax. The flip side is, of course, the more money our business makes, the more I want to keep. It means I can do a lot more cleaning and restoration. And the economist in me pretty much hates it because both the state and federal government are in deep deficits. And although it's unpopular, there's only two ways to make up that deficit: cut spending or increase income, i.e. taxes. Nobody ever wants to cut spending and nobody ever wants to increase taxes. So when you're scratching your head as to why the national debt's out of control and Maryland just lost its AAA credit rating, as the voting public, it's in many ways kind of our fault.